This is a light romance drama that you can kill time with. The drama begins with Dinyan, who wakes up from her sleep when her boss scolds her for being late.
She gets up, puts on her clothes quickly, and gets out of the house. On the way, Dinyan bumps into a handsome guy who helps her collect her papers quickly and then goes, and she can't see his face clearly. Then Dinyan arrives at the company and there the boss scolds her for being late, then looks at her clothes with disdain and tells her that her appearance is damaging to the company's reputation.
This was not only the bad thing in her day, but her coworkers were overburdening her with work. But her friend decided to relieve her, so she organized a birthday party for her. There, she told her friend what had happened, and told her about the guy she had met in the morning and that she wished to meet him again. The next morning she wakes up late, receives the same call from the manager, wears the same clothes, and goes out. But the strange thing is that she bumps into the same guy and he helps her collecting papers. She tells him it is nice that we met again, but he tells her that they have not met before. He asks her to let his arm and looks down on her and leaves. But she notes that the same events of the last day have been repeated in the company too. She met the boss and he told her the same words again as well. And she went again to celebrate her birthday with her friend. She told her friend what was happening, but she made fun of her and did not believe her. On the third day, Dinyan also wakes up to discover that her day is repeated again, and here, she decides to get to know this guy she liked. She threw her papers to the ground but the guy didn't help her. She walks behind the young man until she finds him entering a drawing gallery, so she follows him and tries to start a conversation with him several times, but every time he leaves her, until he stopped and wondered if she'll follow him to bathroom. Dinyan went to her birthday party again, and told her friend that the guy she likes does not care about her. Her friend told her that this is because her appearance, which is boring and no one can be attracted to this. Then her friend took her to a clothing store to buy her new styles, and helped her change her appearance. She went the next day to the guy and asked for his number, but she was surprised by his refusal. She tried to change her appearance daily and go to him to take the number, but he refused again, and again. One day, the girl followed him when he left the painting gallery, and found him talking to his ex-girlfriend, who called his name Saya. So Dinyan took his name and started looking for him on social media. Dinyan knew that he is a famous writer and photographer and he has a lot of works, including the picture in the gallery. She studied information about this picture and then went next day to him and started talking about the picture, and she managed to get his attention, and they started talking, and then she was able to take his number. Then Dinyan followed him again and listened to his conversation with his ex-girlfriend, and knew that his girlfriend sees him boring, and there is no girl who will accept dating him. Here, the girl came out, and said to her, "I accept and we are already dating," and she took him and went. Then she said to him that she was passing by chance and wanted to help him, so Saya thanked her. She took advantage of the situation and invited him to dinner. There Dinyan noticed that he is not eating, so she knew that he likes Japanese food because it is more healthy, so she quickly took him to the Japanese restaurant, and there, she drank excessively and became drunk. Dinyan asked Saya to help her, and indeed, he carried her home. And when the young man saw the house was messy and not cleaned, he asked her when this house was last cleaned. Here Dinyan closed the door in his face and said to herself that she would clean it tomorrow. The next day Dinyan also woke up to a call from her manager, but it wasn't because she was late for work but he asked to see her. At work, he told her that he knew what she was going through because his day was like hers, and he noticed her change with him. So he knew that her day is repeating. And he told her not to waste time in dating and love, but to take advantage of that and learn and improve herself. But his words bothered her when she was with the young man. especially since their relationship is not progressing. He meets her every day for the first time and they only eat food. But she was surprised while she was with Saya that her boss came and sat with them, so she was upset, but she was happy when she felt that Saya was jealous for her. Then she took him with her to her birthday and they stayed together until nightfall. Then Saya took her home. The girl decided to confess her love to him. Maybe the curse can be broken like this, but Saya was surprised by her strange behavior, so he left her.
Her boss decided to help her, so he gave her a camera and told her to ask the young man to teach her photography so that he might feel that their interests are the same and he loves her, but it didn't work either.
Her boss put her a new plan. Then Dinyan decided to carry it out. In the evening, Saya took her to her house. She told him that her shower is broken and she wants him to fix it. She tried to confess her love for him but she leaves. The next day she was with him but she saw her friend quarrels with her boyfriend. He was about to hit Dinyan and her friend but Saya stopped him.
Then she, her friend and Soya went to celebrate her birthday, but she invited her boss this time as she discovered it's his birthday today, and they all celebrated.
Then Saya was drunk so Dinyan took him to his house. She decided to confess her love to him and told him that it was love at first sight and it's like she knew him from before.
Soya was touched by her words, and decided to date her finally. In the morning she thought that it was over, and that the day would stop repeating, but she woke up again in her house, and the day is repeated again. She did the same as she did yesterday, but decided that she would not sleep, and here she discovered that his ex-girlfriend tells him that she will commit suicide if he didn't go to her. Soya rushes to her, but on the way he is hit by a car and dies.
Dinyan is shocked, and she tries the next day to go to warn him, but it was the first time he sees her, so he shouts at her, but her boss arrives and apologizes to Saya. But she did not give up, and she quickly followed him to stop him, but he was also hit by the car and died. The next day she decided to meet him first, and then stop him to go at night, but he insisted on that too, and he died. She loses hope and stays home. Her boss goes to her but she kicks him out, and after 10 days, he goes to her told her to tell Saya the truth of what was happening to him. Indeed, Dinyan confessed to Saya everything, and that they have known each other for 80 days, and she kept telling him all the future events that would happen to him, and the things he does and usually loves, so he believed her this time. In the morning the girl woke up to find him there. We find out that he was her boyfriend and that she was only dreaming. This all for this drama, but I don't know why I loved her more with her boss. I just feel the story would have been better if she ended up falling in love with him. And that's it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for the channel.